Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. This is going to be a great segment, a great live stream. We have so much to talk about. And to my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. This, ladies and gentlemen, is just probably the best. This is probably the best news you could ever ask for in terms of Democrats really doing themselves in with the most absurd and yet again they're blaming President Trump for informing the country of their corrupt activity through the efforts of another country or through trying to utilize information from another country that would harm Democrats and their election chances, which is exactly what Clinton did, the Golden Moo did, purchasing the Steele dossier and using gossip from Alexander Downer. And the Democrats outsourcing CrowdStrike is exactly what Trump was talking about. Now, if you look at publications on the left, they're like, oh my God, can you believe he's asking about CrowdStrike? There's no reason to be suspicious. Are you kidding me? It was outsourced by the Democratic Party. Do you think they would allow the Republican National Committee to outsource a third-party tech firm with intelligence officials that then show up on Fox News or conservative publications? There's a reason that you have Clapper, Brennan, Comey, all of these people being published in the Washington Post and then on CNN. And then they just happen to utilize a dossier purchased by Clinton. That's complete and utter nonsense. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for showing up to my super chat. Thank you. We're going to have a great time, but let's read this. U.S. Attorney John Durham looking into Ukrainian involvement in the 2016 election. This is September 25th. This is today, 2019. This completely and utterly was the opposite. This is the boomerang effect beyond belief. They keep on blaming Trump for having the absolute audacity to ask other people to find out about their criminal activity. So they couldn't get Trump Jr. on wanting Clinton's emails because guess what? Clinton used private servers with top secret intelligence on them, and she deleted yoga emails. So they were upset that Trump Jr. had the audacity to possibly acquire Clinton's yoga emails. That would have led to the confirmation that Clinton's emails were hacked by the planet, which means that the entire planet has the top secret and special access program intelligence. And if they infiltrated the campaign emails, there's an email that I wrote about in the Daily Caller from Cheryl Mills, ladies and gentlemen, that says President Obama never got a state.gov. Never got a state.gov from Clinton. He knows that she doesn't have a server. I mean, he knows that she doesn't have a government email account, a state.gov email account. If the Russians infiltrated the campaign emails, they would have known this. Their entire propaganda scheme, marketing spin, points right back to them. Jack Perry! This morning I ran around the house laughing. Wife thinks I'm an idiot. I'm voting Trump. She was shut up about it. She's a saint. Jack Perry, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is thank you, Jack Perry. This is unbelievable. Let's just read this. The Justice Department revealed that U.S. Attorney General John Durham, picked by Attorney General William Barr to look into the origins of the Trump-Russia investigation, is investigating whether Ukraine was involved in any 2016 election effort. We know the DNC, with a woman named, I believe, Alexandra Chalupa, We know the DNC contacted the Ukraine to find information on Manafort, which would have, of course, hurt the Trump campaign. Dirt on Manafort and Trump. So we know that. We know that Joe Biden was bragging on video. Frederick, thank you. We know that Joe Biden was bragging on video of, thank you, Eric H526. Ladies and gentlemen, all 341 people, that is, if you look at Eric H526, that is the email, that is the article that I wrote in the Daily Caller. But we know that Joe Biden is on tape bragging about doing exactly what they accuse Trump of doing. It is hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. They're upset, ladies and gentlemen. They're upset that Chops, hello. They're upset that Trump had the audacity to ask information on Biden's misconduct. How dare you, Trump? How dare you have the audacity to find out anything, because that would interfere in the election. Anything that harms Democrats interferes in the election. Anything that exposes Democratic misconduct would be interfering in the election. That is what is referred to as interference in Democrats. For Democrats, that's interference. You're interfering. You're giving us too much information. You're giving the United States of America too much information. SoCal Mod 57, Hillary is running. Yes. Yes, she is. SoCal Mod 57, she is running. Thank you. Dean Diefendorf. Greetings, Dean. Thank you. Thank you for always watching. Greetings from Manhattan. SoCal Mod 57. Hillary's running. Oh my God, is she running? Today she called President Trump a clear and present danger. This is because it is an existential issue. It is an existential issue. An existential issue for Democrats. If anyone, whether it's another country or whether it's a publisher or anyone, if anyone informs the United States of America, of their wrongdoing, oh, you better believe that is a huge problem. You better believe that is an enormous, huge problem of epic proportions. Lynn Bruno, do you think Ukraine was listening to the call and reported back to people spying on? I think that a lot of people, a great many people, were in on the call. I think that President Trump knew that a lot of people were in on the call. He stated, he knows that these calls are not private. He knows that these calls are listened into. So Democrats found out, or basically a Clinton operative found out and said, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. We can't have this. The sky is falling, oh my God. We cannot under any circumstances have this. And they are absolutely petrified. Because it's not just a matter of CrowdStrike and any link to the Ukraine. Dominguez family! Go HA. Thank you, Dominguez family. Thank you. It's not just a matter of any... The CrowdStrike issue is hilarious. Every publication that defends the fact that Democrats utilize CrowdStrike, they always say, well, experts agree that there was no problem at all. It's like, yeah, there are also experts that say the whole thing is nonsense and that CrowdStrike should never have been outsourced. But he has completely flipped the script on them. Ladies and gentlemen, he has completely and utterly flipped the script. It is a thing of brilliance. It is a thing of brilliance, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely hilarious. Superfly, thank you. This is all for Clinton's 2020 campaign. She is running. Chops! Thank you very much, Chops. Thank you. Clinton 2020 is not only a reality, we are watching it. You know, a person who has no interest in running does not call the current president of the United States of America a clear and present existential danger to the country. That's not what happens. They are upset. First of all, this helps Clinton immeasurably. Immeasurably. It helps Clinton because Biden is now effectively out of 2020 contention. There is no Biden campaign. There is no Biden campaign. None. And Rudy Giuliani said he has evidence that he is not showing. Greg, hello. Clinton is going to run again. And when she runs, she is going to lose again. And when she loses, the golden muumuu will be back in 2024. Again, 2024. And then 2028. And then 2032. And you can do the addition. It's simple math. They went after Trump. They utilized, they tried to go through the Ukraine, or they tried to contact the Ukraine to find out information and dirt on Manafort. They helped compile a ridiculous Manafort ledger. The DNC actually tried to contact the Ukraine. Okay? The DNC tried to contact the Ukraine. Joe Biden is on tape. On tape, people. On video. Ladybug Nancy, thank you. Thank you very much. Joe Biden is on tape and on video bragging about dangling $1 billion until a prosecutor Pop-Tart was Pop-Tart. Until $1 billion, dangling $1 billion saying you better fire a certain prosecutor. They fire a prosecutor. That is exactly what they're accusing Trump of doing. Then there was no quid pro quo in the meeting. There was no quid pro quo. And then they say, well, he was withholding aid prior to. Well, that's exactly what Biden actually admitted to. You're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, the golden muumuu has an unbridled. You're talking about unbridled ambition, not seen since Attila the Hun. You're talking about ambition is a nice way of saying it. A quest for political influence, ladies and gentlemen, that is not seen since Attila the Hun. Mitchell Smith! Mitchell, hope all's well. It's not just a coincidence Pelosi calls for an impeachment inquiry immediately after the president's conversation with Ukraine's president. Great work, HE, as always. Thank you, Mitchell Smith. Thank you. And it's pretty unbelievable, too, because when you look, ladies and gentlemen, Mitchell and everyone, when you look at what's taking place, I stated months back, I said they're going to impeach Trump to pave the way for Clinton. They're going to impeach Trump to pave the way for Clinton. And they're going to impeach Trump. Teresa King, thank you. They're going to impeach Trump simply because Madam Cyberhack's husband was impeached. I don't know why they're always after me. Maybe it's just my face. Maybe somebody up there doesn't like me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at why the Madam Cyberhack would want to run again, you're talking about a person who has there's unbridled ambition, but she almost won. Atom bomb 31458. She almost won in 2016 after cheating Bernie Sanders. And this whole thing, it's brilliant that it is absolutely brilliant that President Trump is now asking, and William Barr is investigating, and John Durham now is investigating CrowdStrike, their role in all of this, how the United States government would allow a third-party tech firm to give it information to then indict people. Company one was CrowdStrike. Are you kidding me? Company one in the indictments of Russian intelligence officials, alleged Russian intelligence, is CrowdStrike. That would be like the prosecutor or the defense attorney saying, we have to, we're going to outsource, or no, the prosecutor not seeing the evidence, but relying on a third-party company to give the court evidence. That doesn't happen. If there's a district attorney or if there's a federal prosecutor, the United States of America has to obtain the evidence. They don't say, the Democrats hired this company, and I'm sure that they're going to be above board, and I'm sure they're going to give the U.S. government everything they have. This is absurd. Atom bomb 31458, thank you. This is absolutely absurd. So let's continue. A Department of Justice team led by U.S. Attorney General John Durham is exploring the extent to which a number of countries, including Ukraine, played a role in the counterintelligence investigation directed at the Trump campaign during the 2016 election. DOJ spokeswoman said Wednesday, while the Attorney General has yet to contact Ukraine in connection with this investigation, certain Ukrainians are not members of the government who have volunteered information to Mr. Durham, which he is evaluating. Nice. Durham has been Barr's right hand as he looks into the complicated and classified issues surrounding how an investigation into Trump's campaign alleged ties with Russia, dubbed Crossfire Hurricane, got its start. The whole thing was a setup and fabrication. It is so obvious. It is so obvious. This is not rocket science. And all that's taking place is that Democrats are paving the way for the person who runs the entire party. This is a political machine, people. The rebuttal is, Clinton doesn't control the weather. It's like, no, it's not about that. It's not. First of all, it wouldn't be that difficult to control the Democratic Party because we've seen it before. We've seen it before with Tammany Hall. We've seen it before. It's not that difficult. It's susceptible to being run like a political machine because it has been a political machine before. Thank you, John. Thank you. This is how a political machine is run, ladies and gentlemen. It's a political machine. It's not that difficult to see, to decipher. A political machine doesn't do things by accident. A political machine does things for the benefit of the most powerful or most influential within the political party. There are two people that are the most powerful and influential, okay? There's two people. It's Bill and Madam Cyberhack. Madam Cyberhack wants to be president because she's desired that the Oval Office since before Bill won. Atom Bomb 31458, thank you. You're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, political ambition. You're talking about a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where they tried to, it's really interesting how what they've done is they've inoculated themselves with media. The problem, though, is that they only have one more year. She's going to run, then she's going to lose. So they have one more year left of this nonsense. Trumpet News, the best political commentary on YouTube. Thank you, Trumpet News. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The DOJ statement comes as the White House released a transcript of the controversial July 25th phone call between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky, in which Trump suggests that Ukraine should investigate Biden and his son Hunter, who was on the board of the company Ukrainian oligarch. So you have a situation, people, where simply insinuating that Biden did something wrong is a national security dilemma and debacle of epic proportions. Oh my God, he's trying to tip the scales again. Oh my God. The problem here, ladies and gentlemen, however, is that not only are Democrats forced with having to defend Biden, they know that his campaign is done. He cannot survive any allegations of wrongdoing, especially since he's bragging about literally dangling a payment. He's literally bragging about that. That is another hilarious aspect of all this. But here, Biden boasted in 2018 that as vice president, he threatened to withhold $1 billion in loan guarantees if the Ukraine didn't fire the prosecutor, which Trump allies have said was because the investigation, but Democrats have said was part of a U.S. and European effort to oust Shokin. Yeah, give me a break. It just so happens to correlate with money transfers. It just so happens to correlate. This is a bunch of nonsense, people. It's a bunch of utter nonsense. And it's really, really interesting. It's really interesting how Democrats are spinning this into, well, now you know what? We weren't going to impeach Trump. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, they were. They were always going to impeach President Trump. They were always going to try to impeach him. They have nothing else. How many Medicare for All bills has Trump vetoed? How about none? They have nothing else. They're not focused on, they're certainly not focused on any policies because they have no policies that they care about. So it's like they have no policies that they care about. They have nothing to run on of substance. The whole thing was paving the way for Madam Cyberhack. That's it. That's it. Literally, that's it. To many, that doesn't seem like a rational way of looking at things, but this is a completely irrational situation. There's nothing rational about the current Democratic Party. Absolutely, positively, nothing rational. There's nothing logical. There's nothing that makes sense. They're going to lose again, and it's going to be pretty frightening how they react to their loss in 2020. It's going to be a rematch. Clinton is going to lose again, but what they do to the country until then, and what they do after their loss, who knows? There's already evidence that the DNC reached out to the Ukraine to undermine Manafort and Trump. There's already evidence that there's a conflict of interest. What Democrats don't get is that there's a conflict of interest with Andrew McCabe, who's going to get indicted any day now. His spouse received $700,000 from Terry McAuliffe. There's a conflict of interest with Clinton purchasing the Steele dossier and it being used. There's a conflict of interest with CrowdStrike being outsourced by a Democratic Party. Mitchell Smith! New Democratic Party anthem, Basket Case by Green Day. Exactly. There are constant conflicts of interest. There's a constant conflict of interest. And the interesting thing is that like, Trump is using the government for his resorts. You care about Trump's conflicts of interest, but you don't care about the actual major violations of trust. Debbie Wasserman Schultz literally had to resign for cheating a candidate. Literally had to resign. And they spun it to, the Russians informed the country that Bernie was cheated. And now they're looking at Facebook ads from the Ukraine also. This is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Now they're like, oh my God, this is an operation that is a lot bigger than you think. Thank you, Mitchell Smith. Thank you. You have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where none of this is going to end well for one political side. None of this is going to end well. Absolutely none of this is going to end well. This is not politics as usual. James Cipriano, H.A., you're the best. Hearing you say the golden movie will levitate is hilarious. James, thank you. The golden moo-moo. James and everybody, the golden moo-moo will levitate. And as she levitates, why aren't I 70,000 points ahead, you might ask? Meh. Conrad Broadhurst, thank you. Thank you, Conrad. Thank you very much. Thank you, Conrad. Thank you. Conrad, James, thank you very, very much. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you some information that nobody really knows, so don't tell anybody. This is only YouTube, where millions of people listen. They don't care if they're right or wrong. They don't care if what they say doesn't make sense. They don't care if the golden moo loses to Trump again in 2024. They don't care. People have been telling me, why would she run? She was going to... They turn into Harry... How's she going to run? She's a criminal. How can you run if you're a criminal? Answer me that, HA. How can she run if she's a criminal? Because they don't care. But she's gonna lose. Nobody likes her. They don't care. It's like that old thing with the iPhone. I want iPhone. I don't care. But the Android does the same thing. I don't care. I want iPhone. They don't care. Bernie Wealth Registry. That's hilarious. Bernie Wealth Registry. Oh, Samuel Stafford! They just keep digging the holes deeper and deeper. They can't stop. It's like they're drunk and they're self-entitled outrage. God bless. Keep up the good fight. Thank you, Samuel. As always, thank you. Your support, Samuel, and Conrad and James and everybody is greatly appreciated because I'm swimming upstream. I'm a little guppy, little H.A. Goodman guppy, swimming upstream, and there's sharks and piranha everywhere. I'm trying to go upstream. And I'm just a little tiny guppy, and you have all of these publications like, what's the problem with CrowdStrike? It's fantastic. I mean, experts agree. It's like, no, this is not like a shampoo commercial or like those old, like, Crest commercials, like 9 out of 10 dentists agree. No, it's like, this is a conflict of interest. Everyone sees what's going on, except people on Twitter and social media. Samuel Stafford, thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Samuel, very, very much, as always. Thank you. Please, Golden Moo, if you're listening, any of the imbeciles in CyberHack's campaign, imbeciles, I'm talking to you. Any of the disgruntled, manic, well, I'm referring to Democrats who in the Golden Moo-Moo's campaign, just run sooner than later. Put it on the debate stage. Let's get it over with so she can run again in 2024. Samuel James, thank you very, very much. Serendipity, yes. Dems have oodles of shrink psychologists and briefing them on how to... exactly. Half this country. Pretty much. Then they're always like, this is a conspiratorial thing. Animon 31458. Thank you. Thank you as always. Animon 31458. Thank you. Thank you as always. Yeah, I mean, they're always like, Trump needs help. I love when they're... they're like, Trump needs help. He needs help right now. Someone help Trump. He's really gone overboard this time. He needs help. Trump needs help. Really? Oh, no. The best was the Atlantic, the article the other day I read. It's like, this time we've reached the breaking point. Like, no, trust me, you'll have about 15 more breaking points. Paul, thank you. You'll have 15, 16 more breaking points, believe me. We've reached the breaking point this time. We can't possibly go on. It's really, this is too much. It's really too much with what's going on. It's too much with Trump. Anyway, Samuel, thank you again. So it's like, and then we have a wonderful, brilliant, amazing article. Oh, just an amazing article and a fantastic publication that wrote an unethical and inaccurate hit piece on me in 2016. Wow, what a great, great bunch of people. I love them so much. Oh my God, do I love them. And the article goes, this journalist actually is a pretty good journalist, but he's wrong on this. That part's made up too. Okay, the server story is the hacked DNC servers that the Democrats, the claim goes, won't let the FBI examine because it would expose their elaborate plot. Yes! Yes! That's why you wouldn't allow the government to look at your hardware or software or servers. Yes, that's true. What is the server saying? Trump asked in one. There were like 100 plus servers, and they wouldn't let the U.S. government, and they said, just trust us. Why should we trust a party that literally cheated a candidate that year? Why on earth should we trust any political party that did that? That part's made up too? No, it's not. That part's not made up. And then the article that this journalist links to literally says, yeah, well, the CrowdStrike states that it gave everything to the FBI. It's like, we don't have no clue what they gave. We have zero clue what they gave. Zero clue. The Bureau wanted access to DNC's network while the Russians were still in it, most likely to stage a counter-operation. What? Against the GRU? What? While the Russians were still in it? What do you have, little tiny Russian people in giant servers? No! What are you talking about? The DNC declined, perhaps reluctant to have two intelligence agencies playing capture the flag in their systems 5 months before the presidential election. What? Are you kidding me? No, you give the servers to the U.S. government as evidence. You make copies, and it's not that big of a deal. You trust the government not to disclose your donors. Oh, that's right. You didn't trust the government. The DNC later authorized CrowdStrike to share full copies of the hacked servers. How do you know that the copies were accurate? Giving the FBI access to the same evidence CrowdStrike had. But guess what? We don't even know if CrowdStrike had the same evidence because we're trusting their word. With regard to our investigation of the DNC hack in 2016, we provided all forensic evidence analysis to the FBI. Yeah, and we have no clue. We have absolutely no clue if they had given all the information they found, or if they, fabricated information. In truth, CrowdStrike's findings were never controversial among security experts. That's wrong. Great many security experts, they're very controversial. Mama Wolf! Great orange shirt, HA, in honor of Daddy. Wasn't Daddy's press conference today awesome? He really put it out there for the world to see. Love you. Mama Wolf! Thank you, Mama Wolf. Yeah, the press conference was great, actually. It was great. It was. Mama Wolf, thank you. Trump is actually really good. He's really, really good. But see, the media never gives him the time of day. You know, never gives him the time of day. It's just really it's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate how the media just never gives him the time of day. Harvey Reid! Dude, you help keep us sane. Thank you. Harvey, you as well. Everyone here also helps keep me sane. We all know, look, thank you, Harvey, very, very much. We all know that, ladies and gentlemen, this is a complete media spin. This is a media spin that never works out for Democrats. It never works out for Democrats because the problem with the Democratic Party is that you're talking about a situation where they continually have to justify things that don't make any sense. At a certain point, they lost credibility a long time ago. But only the true believers on Twitter, the establishment types, the really, really establishment DC people who read the New York Times and Washington Post and CNN and watch CNN, MSNBC, and they're like, "Oh, this is what really is going on." That's not the rest. That's not most of the country. Today, the Secret Service hoax is mostly confined the hoax to the very edge of the conservative fringe. No, it's not. It's not a Secret Server hoax. They didn't allow the DNC because it was a conflict of interest. The DNC didn't want the government to have any information that they held. So they outsourced a company. Why would you trust a company that was outsourced by the Democratic National Committee? They would never trust in a million years a company that was outsourced by President Trump. So why would you trust a company that was out? And again, if they hacked the DNC or the campaign emails, they would have known that Clinton had a private server outside of the United States government. They would have known that she never had a state.gov. I wrote about this in the Daily Caller. That's the reason that Cheryl Mills should never have been given attorney-client privilege. Handyman of steel. Hand on my steel. Sorry, hand on my steel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Harvey Reid, thank you. Mama Wolf, thank you. Samuel Stafford, thank you as always. Thank you, Samuel. It's just, it's really just unbelievable that... Robert, hello. It's just unbelievable that you have a situation where it's never enough. It's never enough. And mark my words, they're going to go after the person who failed her DNA test. They're going to go after the person who failed her DNA test, ladies and gentlemen. Luke St. Martin, hello. M. Hawkins, hello. And once that happens, the Golden Moo is going to run. Ladies and gentlemen, be here when the Golden Moo announces, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a thing of beauty. It is going to be a beautiful, glorious, amazing thing. Carl Jung, exactly. The Observer, thank you. It's really interesting, too, how these publications, they have to continue. They have to continue defending what's indefensible. They cannot, I mean, it's not defensible what's taking place. You can't accuse somebody of, you can't accuse a person of misconduct by trying to inquire about the misconduct of that person. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. By the way, check out A. Trey Goodman's other channel. I have some good stuff on that channel. People, I'm going to let you in on another secret. Don't tell anyone. This election is going to be more chaotic, more dysfunctional, with more mayhem, more spin, more media hysteria and mania, more of everything. It's going to make 2016 look like a nostalgic, beautiful moment in your life. That's why we need one another. And believe me, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I have the best comment section in all of YouTube. I do. I have the best comment section in all of YouTube. I really do. It is just the most amazing comment section. It's just the most amazing. You are all the most wonderful people, because when I hear the words of encouragement, I mean, and the great thing about you and me and this channel and my writing and how we're doing things, it's all public record knowledge. I'm not like, it's all public record knowledge. All of this is public record knowledge. A secret spaceship! Orange Power 2020. Thanks, HA. Thank you, secret spaceship. Thank you. Thank you. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, is, we know, like I'm telling you, like just, she started her own foundation. Serendipity, when Hilda Beast announces, I'll be strapped on tonight. No, I mean both arms and legs. Serendipity. Thank you. Well, you know what? Or you can just have a nice brewski like Elizabeth Warren. She's fantastic. Honey, can I have a Michelob? How about that? Secret Spaceship, thank you. Harvey Reid, thank you. Serendipity, thank you. It's really just, it's like... Robert Clausen, thank you. It's... Ken Palmer! H.A. Robin and I are mesmerized by your words. Thank you. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken and Robin. Thank you. Luke St. Martin! We're all H.A.'s other family. Love and respect. Yes, Luke St. Martin. Thank you very much for being an amazing moderator, along with Eric H526 and AC Yor. And thank you. She's going, when she runs, everyone's going to be like, CNN and MSNBC like, oh my God, she's going to run? Oh, this is either so great or, oh my God, nobody saw this coming. It's like, well, if you watch this channel, you knew since 2017, all of this, ladies and gentlemen, all of this is to pave the way for 2020 for Clinton. All of this. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Trumpet news! I have to give back since I use a lot of your thoughts on my broadcast, HA. I pray your channel goes to infinity and beyond. Thank you, Trumpet News. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trumpet News. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's on now. Rudy Giuliani, by the way, today on Fox, or was it yesterday, told... who did he tell? He was speaking to... I can't believe it. And he basically said he has more evidence that he's let out. There's a lot more evidence, ladies and gentlemen, on what happened with Biden, with the DNC, with the Ukraine, with CrowdStrike than people know. So that's another issue. Look, we all know what's taking place. We all know what's taking place. We all know it. Hand on my steel. That's right. So obvious she runs again. Even LMNOP could have predicted exactly, but they didn't. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. It is pretty amazing. It's pretty unbelievable also, the fact that it's so transparent. It's so transparent that the Golden Moo is going to levitate again. It's all for that. You know what? I will always bring this up. A great rapper, great musical artist, one of the great rappers of the 90s and of all time, MC Breed. And he had a song, Ain't No Future in Your Frontin'. And, ladies and gentlemen, there's no future in the Democratic Party pretending it's something it's not. Well, I love Styx. James Cipriano, thank you. I love Styx, and he's actually, his record is better than mine. I'll be the first one to say this. I love Styx. I listen to Styx pretty much every day, along with Tim Pool and a bunch of other people. And I just the rational viewpoint is obviously to look at Democrats as if they were a functioning political party. But having been a Democrat my whole life, they're not functioning, and they're not functional. They're not functioning or functional. They're very not functioning. You have a situation, people, where it's pretty much Donald Markham. Thank you. Yes, you're right. Madam Cyberhack never stopped running. And it's pretty unbelievable how you have a situation where the Democratic Party actually has made people believe that it's actually a political party when it's really not. What's taking place, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have a situation where it's a political machine run by two very, very corrupt and nasty individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. It's been an awesome 50 minutes. There's so much more. I might do I'm going to do an upload a little later on, and then maybe a live stream tonight. I'll try to do at least one live stream a day from here on out. I just want to thank you very much for your support always. My super chat, thank you. Samuel Stafford, Luke St. Martin, everyone, thank you so very, very much. And what can I tell you? People, this is going to be a catharsis for me and for you, not only when Clinton runs, but when Trump wins again in 2020. Our voice will be vindicated, heard. It will be amazing. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you. God bless. To my super chat, thank you so very, very much. And people, thank you for everything. Thank you.